Hey, good evening, friends. So, what happened Thursday night was that I had just finished working in the yard, and Michelle walked out there where I'd been working with the tractor to see the progress I'd made, and the dogs were walking with her as they often do. And they either saw, smelled, or heard something and went tearing off after it into the woods. We tried calling them back, to which they weren't having anything to do with it, and we heard them chase something far off, deep into the woods, back towards the creek, kind of towards the neighbor's property to the left of us. The woods are very thick and dense with the trees and the brush and everything that's back there. And we heard the barking go back clear back to what sounded like all the way back to the creek, which is quite a ways, more towards the left side, towards the neighbor's property. And at that point, we heard one of the dogs gave up and came back. Jagger came back pretty quickly. But we heard the other two continue to pursue something. And when they got way back there, we heard the two dogs barking. One of them began crying very loud as whatever they were chasing turned on him and attacked him. Eventually, that crying stopped, and then there was only a single bark left. And so I went out there to do my best to both find the body of the, now we knew, Jax, and then the dog that was still barking and pursuing whatever it was out there. I looked for a long time for him out there, but again, with it being so thick and so dense, I eventually got turned around and lost out there myself, having to call to Michelle just to even find my way back to the house. After an hour or two, eventually Ragnar was the one to make his way back, and Jax never did. So, assuming the obvious that Jax was the one crying and then eventually fell silent, we assumed he was the one that got done in. And over the last couple of days, followed with reports from our neighbors of reports, pictures, and videos of cougar in the driveway, big bobcat on the video of people's cameras, a black bear, coyotes that we know are back there. Any one of these things could have been the culprit. I mean, these little guys are an easy lunch for any of those things. So over the last 2 days, we've just been reconciling with the fact that we lost Jax. And for me, that's been the hardest part, has been that he's just such a sweet dog with just a sweet personality and disposition that it was really hard for me to know his last moments were so horrific and violent. And for Michelle, it's been harder, just the unknown, wondering if maybe he wasn't maimed and he's just out there in the thick of all those acres and acres of woods. And even though I couldn't find them, that he was just lost out there, wounded and suffering slowly and dying slowly. And so, which has led to her repeatedly, morning, noon, and night, going out there and repeatedly calling his name in some hopes that he might hear her, and was trying to find his way back home, wounded somehow. I, of course, gave up hope a long time ago, assuming his fate once the crying had stopped. But here we are over 48 hours later, and because I got to see in the last couple days Romans chapter 12, verse 15, rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn, come alive in our own personal lives with all of our friends and neighbors who mourned as we were mourning Jax's death, and all of those friends who joined with us in prayer during our pain and sorrow the last couple of days, I believe is nothing short of what answered those prayers. God heard our cries, heard the pleas of us and our friends who were interceding on prayer on our behalf. And tonight, when Michelle was coming back from dropping some stuff off at the church, lo and behold, this little guy was running down the driveway. God let our little Jackie boy come home to us. And as you can see, other than a bum leg that got hurt, maybe in the scuffle, maybe in the couple days trying to find his way home, he came home very hungry, very thirsty, and no worse for the wear. So for all of my friends who prayed for us, who mourned with us, I don't have the words. Gratitude, appreciation, those words just don't cut it. I know I sign off with my videos. I love you guys, but for those who prayed with us and mourned with us the last couple days, and I believe through those prayers brought Jax back to us, brought him home, I love you guys like you don't even know. And I appreciate you guys, and I'm honored to have friends like you all. So yeah, Jax is home, and like always, now more than ever, I love you guys.